Alrighty, morning everyone, and welcome to another great video on this great channel on a actually kind of nice day. Isn't that a surprise? Yeah, usually it's raining, but apparently not today. So that's very nice, because what we are gonna do today requires a little bit of somewhat good weather, because I can't do this in the rain, unfortunately. Why is that a thing? Because I need electricity, and I don't have electricity in this small little building here that I'm in right now, because it's actually a little bit further away from the house, and so I need to get electricity in here with one of these like wire drummy things. And so yeah, we can't do that in the rain, obviously, because then everything would just short and yeah, pop some kind of switch, and we couldn't do anything with that. So very good that it's not raining today, because I want to do some metal recovery in connection with some metal melting. So we are actually going to go full cycle from these pieces of aluminum that still need to be cleaned up because there's dirt and stuff everywhere on them, to some nice shiny extruded aluminum bars. So yeah, that's hopefully the plan for today. Well, that's not hopefully the plan. That is the plan. It's hopefully going to work. But yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that. I really hope that it's going to work. This is an electric furnace, oven, whatever, so unfortunately I can't melt any copper with that. I know that should theoretically be possible with an electric kiln, but with these like $200 Amazon thingies, you can't do it. I don't know why, it just pops the breaker every time I do it, so I can't do that, unfortunately. But as soon as the weather gets a little bit nicer again and we get like kind of out of this winter very cold time, then I'm gonna bring my my Devil Forge, which is like just a gas forge, out here, and we're gonna do some metal melting with that, which would also then include copper and everything that you can alloy with said metal. So yeah, I think it's still going to be very fun today. We are going to melt hopefully a couple of bars, and yeah, should be fun. So we're going to start with cleaning some aluminum up, and I'm probably just going to put you into time lapse for that, I guess. And so yeah, we're going to do that. However, I quickly want to apologize for the lighting again. You know, it's not great. I know that. I have to order some lighting supplies, but you know, the stuff is all not very cheap, and yeah, it will take me a little bit of time to save up for that. But as soon as I can afford it, you're getting the lighting supplies as well. For now, we just have to cope with daylight and the light from the camera, which is not really great. But yeah, hey, but at least we fixed the sound problem. I think the sound quality is pretty good. After editing the last two videos, I thought it was pretty alright. But yeah, so we are gonna go straight into time lapse and clean this aluminum up, and then we're gonna go into metal melting. So here we go. Okay, so I've got a little bit of aluminum already cleaned up. You can see that over there on this little pile over there. And yeah, that's going to be already a pretty nice bar. But I also wanted to melt down these two pieces that are laying over there. And after I realized that I don't have to break this one apart to get it into the crucible, I just need to fold this little piece over like that, like the other one is. Yeah, I've had a little stupid, but so I did that. I guess I will do this as well, and then we'll melt all of these down and see how much we actually get out of them. And we are obviously also going to weigh the bars in the end, so stay tuned for that. That's going to be very interesting, I think. And so, yeah, here we go. Let's continue. Alrighty, so I fired up the oven and slowly heating up. You can see it's already at like 34, 33 degrees. It's going to go up until 801. Why not 670? Celsius, obviously, that's not Fahrenheit. You know, I'm in Europe, so I just kind of deal with Celsius. You can also just Google what aluminum's melting point would be in Fahrenheit. But yeah, what I'm doing here is I'm kind of overheating the aluminum. Why am I doing that? Because the aluminum loses temperature while taking it out and pouring it in there, and you definitely don't want it to get too cold while you're still pouring it out, because then it's just going to solidify in your crucible and you're going to have to melt it again. So we don't want to do that, and so I'm putting up like 130 degrees over the melting point of aluminum, and that should give us a good little buffer to play around with and don't lose the melt we just did. So yeah, you can see down here I've got all the aluminum that we just cleaned up. We are gonna put that in there, like, you know, just every now and then, once this is molten, that I put in there, because I already loaded it up with aluminum. And yeah, I hope we are gonna get some very nice, beautiful bars. And I'm actually gonna just put you into time lapse, and you can just watch this whole apparatus heat up, and then we will meet again when it's finished. So I think that's a pretty good plan. Let's go into time lapse. Okay, so the aluminum is not quite molten yet. You can see we are up to temperature though. I had to cut the time lapse down a bit because, yeah, it was getting very long and I only have so much memory on this camera. And so, yeah, but I think you got the point, right? It heats up pretty quickly. I think it took like maybe 20 minutes or something like that. You, of course, only saw a very compact version of that. So not the whole 20 minutes, but obviously a very time-lapsed version of it. So, yeah, the oven is heating up now. So I just quickly wanted to give you some small little tips on what to pay attention to when you're melting metal. You can see I've got a cast iron mold here, and the moisture that you see in there, it was actually not sitting outside. It was just sitting in a non-climatized environment for a little bit of time, and now we have to get rid of all of this moisture that is in the iron. And to do that, it's pretty easy. I just put it on top of here and let the heat basically evaporate all the moisture that is in there, and you really have to make sure there's no moisture in there, otherwise you're gonna get steam explosions when you're putting the molten aluminum in there, and we don't want steam explosions. Steam explosions are a very bad thing, as you can possibly imagine, and we don't want that in any way whatsoever. So we're gonna let that heat up. We're gonna make sure that all the moisture has evaporated out of this bloody thing, and once this is all done, we are gonna pour the aluminum in there and hopefully get some very nice aluminum bars. Once you poured one bar in there, the mold is gonna stay hot for at least an hour, so you don't have to worry about heating it up again, but you have to do it very well the first time you do it, because, well, otherwise you might burn yourself, and I'm doing that basically without any protective gear, so I really don't want that, as you can possibly imagine. So yeah, we'll let that heat up, let that evaporate, and then we'll get straight into casting some very nice aluminum bars. Okay, so the aluminum is molten and the mold is pretty much hot. I cannot touch it anymore. Pretty good sign that it's hot and all the moisture has disappeared. So I think we can go on with the next step. Next step would be taking that off of there, and then me skimming all the slag off of the top of the molten aluminum, because we obviously don't want that in our finished product. So yeah, I will quickly do that. I will probably put you into time lapse because it's not very interesting and you've probably seen it before. And you're still seeing it just a little faster than would usually be because I think it's kind of boring. So yeah, I will do that really quickly and then we'll be right back. Alrighty, so we are now about to pour out our first aluminum bar. It's hopefully going to be a very nice bar. Yeah, so that's about the only thing I can really hope for here. But yeah, so let's just get on with it. I'll show you how I do that. It's not going to look very safe because it's not, but you can do a better job at that. I believe in that, and you can wear the right protective gear and stuff like that. I just, for some reason, don't. Probably not the smartest idea, I would agree with you, but yeah, for now it is what it is, so let's get on with it. So what you can see happening right now with the bar over there is exactly what is not supposed to happen. So not all the moisture got out of this bar and now it's bubbling. So we are going to have a very bubbly bar, but that's alright, we can just remelt this one. I'm not too worried about that, so yeah, the next one is going to be way better because now the mold is actually properly demoisturized, so to say. So yeah, I'll quickly restock the crucible and then we'll go on with that. Okay, so let's go for a second try. I remelted this aluminum bar I recast before, and I hope that we are going to get a very nice one out of it right now. And so I would say we'll just try it. So let's just go. Yes, very, very good. That looks like a nice bar. That really, really does look like a nice bar. So yeah, we'll let that cool down now, and then I'll get that out of the mold, and then we'll cast the next one. So yeah, I think we'll just do a quick time jump, and then we'll be right back when the next one's ready. So here we go. Okay, so the first one is done now. Now we are gonna work on getting our second aluminum bar, and the aluminum is already molten, it's in there, so we are gonna pour that out right now, and I think we might even get a third, a little bit smaller one. And yeah, you might have already guessed it, it's very dark now, so we've been on this for like I think 3 or 4 hours, and we are gonna do the way up tomorrow, but that's gonna be like a few seconds from now, so don't worry, we are gonna get the weights on all these bars as well. So yeah, let's get the last, hopefully 2 bars cast, and then we'll see how much they weigh. So here we go. So there's the first one. Looks pretty good, I would say. And we are quickly gonna wait now until this one is cooled off, and then we'll cast the next one, and you're gonna see that in time lapse. So here we go. Alrighty, so let's now cast the last bar for today. Yeah, the last one that we cast actually looked pretty dang nice. I hope that the next one is gonna be just as good or even better. But yeah, we're gonna see about that. So let's cast that one. Okay, so these three are our aluminum bars. I think they look absolutely stunning. I've rarely had ones that look that good. But we are gonna take a closer look at them tomorrow morning, and we are also gonna weigh them, and we'll see about some other stuff that I found interesting about those. So yeah, stay tuned. That is coming up right now, and so yeah, we're gonna do a quick time jump, and we'll see us again tomorrow, I guess, probably. So yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. Okay, so it's the next day. It's way more like bright outside. It's not necessarily any warmer. It's actually very cold, but it's definitely the lighting's definitely better. Let's just call it that. And so yeah, we are gonna weigh up our little aluminum bars that we had done last evening, kinda. So yeah, we're just gonna do that, and I actually think they turned out pretty dang nice. I mean, gotta admit, they look really pretty. Well, besides the fact that they were obviously cast in a rusty cast iron mold, and so they've got a little bit of rust here, but you can easily clean that up, so that's not a real issue. I think they look really good. They look like little loaves of bread, and that's very cool. So, yeah, let's start with the smallest one, which is this one. That was kind of like just the leftovers from the bars before. So we'll weigh this one. And there we go. This one weighs in at 107 grams. That's pretty nice, I would say. So one thing I have to say though, these are obviously not worth a lot of money. If you just look at the aluminum value, the aluminum in these isn't really worth a whole lot. However, you can sell them on eBay pretty well for like a pretty decent amount. I mean, like a 100-gram bar like that would probably go for maybe $1, maybe. And so yeah, that's actually really good, because that's like 10 times more than you would usually get for cast aluminum. So yeah, that's pretty good. But we also have two way bigger bars, so let's continue with those. First one is this one. Also looks very nice, I think. Well, besides this blackening obviously on the bottom, but that's not really a big problem. So we'll weigh him. And he weighs in at 185 grams, pretty much exactly. Very nice. That's a pretty good weight. And now we have the last one, which is actually the biggest one we've got. I think it actually, yeah, it's just as pretty as the other ones. Well, obviously, besides the blackening on the bottom. But we will weigh this one as well. And this one comes in at 215.8 grams. That's nice. That's really, really cool. So, yeah, I see here. Oh, look at that. There you go. That's what that is in ounces. In case anyone wondered, that's what 215 grams is in ounces. 7.6. Very nice. I didn't even know that the scale could do that. So, yeah, I guess you learn something new every day. So we'll quickly put the other ones on there as well. So this one's 6.5 ounces. And the small one is 3.77, so 3.8 ounces. Nice. So, yeah, for all of you on the Imperial system, there you go. That's how much these weigh. Very cool. So, I think this was a lot of fun. I really had a lot of fun doing it, and I would also really like to do it again. So if you want to see me do this again, do the smelting stuff again, or maybe just take a product, some scrap item from the item itself to some very nice shiny bars, let me know that. I would really like to do that. So I think that is definitely something that we can do in the future. I had a lot of fun. I hope you had a lot of fun. And I know that the lighting yesterday evening was really bad. You know that I do my best, right? So yeah, I have to save up some money and buy some good lighting supplies. But until then, we are gonna make do with what we have, I would say. So yeah, thank you very, very much for watching. If you've got anything you might want to tell me, if you just want to say hi or have any question, write it in the comments below. I'd be very happy to answer that. And also make sure to rate the video with like a thumbs up or a thumbs down, whatever you might want to do. And also please subscribe to the channel so that we can get more subscribers, which is cool, I guess, because everyone wants that. So yeah, do that. That would be very nice. So thank you very, very much for watching, and until next time.